Hello and welcome to the next video of my LEC Winter 2023 preview series. If I keep starting the day off with an LEC recording, I'm going to keep doing that. So, making sure I'm still on the screen. Team BDS. So, technically, 2 of these 5 players started on BDS last spring. Only one was on BDS in the beginning of summer. Not a lot of movement from like outside the organization. A lot of internal jostling of positions for this club. Last year went 7-29 at the LEC level in their debut season. 23-13 in the LFL. I was of the belief that their ERL team was stronger than their LEC team, and I don't think I was alone in that. So this year they've decided to bring up some of those players and make some interesting decisions. The coach is Go to One. Go to One has been a coach in the LCS before, being credited with being with Immortals or Optic, I forget which, and going 12-24 during that time. The moves this team made. So Lebrav is brought in from Vitality, and Syncroft is out. Syncroft was the jungler. He is no longer with the team. And that kind of just goes to show that they worked out things internally, because you brought in a support. A support didn't leave. You brought in a jungler. You let a jungler go, and a jungler didn't come in, So going into this year, Team BDS is 21.2 years old, a young team. Adam is in top lane, formerly of Fnatic. Adam is very good in his own right in his lane. Like, it's 1v1, good deal. However, Adam does have some off the rift sort of things, attitude issues rumored to have occurred that sent him back down to ERLs from Fnatic. He had a 3-2 KDA, 9-2 CS per minute, 57-3 KP in the French League. He dominated his lane. Top laners do not get 9 CS per minute at any level of play unless they dominated and were really seen as a carry. 555 damage per minute, 23-7 damage share, 24-6 gold share. That is super, super hefty. 24-6 gold share is a 80 carry sort of gold share. 8 solo kills, 18 games played, 12 champions picked. Gnar and Sion were the only 2 champions he played more than once. So a wide champion pool out of Adam. His Olaf sticks out to me. Some people mention Darius. Agresivo was sent back down to the French League. So Agresivo was the top laner last year. Middle of the road at 23 years old. Now had a 1-9 KDA, 8 CS per minute, 51-3 KP. The farm and the KP are the epitome of average for top lane. 1-9 KDA, not good though. Died a lot. 423 damage per minute, 23-1 damage share, 21-7 gold share, 2 solo kills in 18 games, 9 champions played. Gnar, Akali, and Ornn. So that's definitely an interesting trio, right? Gnar is kind of whatever. Everybody played Gnar. Ornn, big facilitator and tank, and then Akali. So I think that's the right move. I think Adam's better than Agresivo. A lot of people think BDS stinks. I don't think BDS are good either. But I think some of these moves are okay. Jungle, Sheo was brought up at 21 years old. I don't really think, some people I believe think that they're ready to be brought up, but I don't know if Sheo really is. 3 KDA, 5-2 CS per minute, 65-9 KP. So, average farm in a dog meta, not as involved as other dog junglers. That's a thing at a lower level of play. 306 damage per minute, 13-7 damage share, 18 gold share, 8 champions in 18 games. Lee Sin, Wukong, and Volibear were his most played. Behind him is Maxi. Maxi is 22 years old. They had a 3 KDA, 5-7 CS per minute, 65-1 KP. So, they were also in an ERL. So let's compare a couple things. I think I got something, like a eyelash in my eye or something. Nevertheless, Maxi, out farming Sheo, 1% less involved, so pretty much the same in involvement. But farm-wise, he's going to be 3 to 4 camps ahead of Sheo on average by 15 minutes. And that could be a difference. 327 damage per minute, 16.8 damage share, 18.9 gold share, 6 champions, 18 games. Volley Bear, Viego, Wukong, his most played. So, given that BDS really swapped out players last year, and I know coaching staff has changed, I would be interested to see how long of a leash Sheo has. In mid lane, you have Nuke, formerly known as Nuclear Int. At 20 years old, below average, I would say, last year. 2.7 KDA, 8.3 CS per minute, 70.6 KP, 497 damage per minute, 25.8 damage share, 22.9 gold share, 3 solo kills in 18 games played, 10 champions picked. Silas, Ari, and Swain. He had a massive Akali game once. Absolutely massive, like 14 kill Akali game, I think. Outside of that, Nuclear Int was just below average, and these numbers indicate that. I mean, it's really hard to blame an individual player on BDS because I thought Syncroft was the best player. I've heard people say that Syncroft said himself that anybody that said that after the split was full of it. I mean, if that's how he feels, I mean, it sounds like he's just going to be a good teammate and not blame anybody else for their struggles. But Nuclear Int didn't do great. Behind him is Riker. Riker played with Mad Lions in spring, got dumped for Niski. I thought Riker was meh at best and really, really hurt Mad Lions at worst. And then in the LFL, you know, this is a mixed bag. So 3.8 KDA, 7.9 CS per minute, 77.3 KP. So this reminds me of somebody that I talked about yesterday. I forget which mid laner it was. I think it was a mid laner on Top Esports. So you look at this, you say to yourself, 77% KP. So over 3 out of every 4 kills, Riker's involved in. So Riker is roaming. Riker is trying to get involved. He's making things happen. The 7.9 CS per minute. Yeah, well, okay. You know, I'm going to go roam around and I don't care about farm. That's one way to handle it. I mean, he's losing his lane. He's getting involved. Deals a lot of damage. 662 damage per minute. That's the most on this board. 29.3 damage share. That's almost a carry-like damage share. So with his involvement, he's dealing a lot of damage. 21.6 gold share, 3 solo kills, 18 games played, 12 champions picked. Victor and Ari being the most notable. In the bot lane, we have Crowny. I was calling for this all last year. I felt like Crowny should have been brought up. Maddie, which we'll get into, is not an LEC 80 carry. The oldest player on the starting roster, Crowny had a 2.7 KDA, 9.2 CS per minute, 58.5 KP. Are those numbers great? No, but Crowny has a real good mind for the game. And honestly, for a team that's struggling in all positions, you need players that, you know, can make decisions and know what to do. 597 damage per minute, 26.1 damage share, 23.8 gold share, 6 champions in 16 games. Ezreal and Aphelios, his most played, does have some attitude issues as well. So, you know, this team definitely has a vibe to it. Maddie, at 23 years old, sent back down to the LFL, 2.2 KDA, 8.4 CS per minute, 65.7 KP in the LEC. He was by far the worst AD carry in the LEC last split. 552 damage per minute, 28.4 damage share, 23.8 gold share, 9 champions in 18 games. Ezreal, Aphelios, and Twitch were his most played. Just really struggled out there. It was hard to watch. I will say though, and we'll get into it with Erdate, I thought bringing up Erdate was a great move. The team has went back on that move, and I know why, and I'm gonna go over it. But at the same time, I think that support's actually pretty good. So Lebrav brought in from Vitality. Lebrav is a former support of Crowny, so pairing them back together clearly is the play. At 20 years old, had a 3.3 KDA, 74.8 KP, 2.32 vision score per minute, would only clear 1 ward every 4 minutes, 9 champions in 19 games, Tom Kench, Renata, Yumi. He played a lot of Tom Kench because he was alongside Karzi, who had to play a lot of Senna and had to be bailed out a lot. That's why the vision score per minute stinks. That's why he couldn't clear any wards, because frankly, he's losing lane left, right, and center because his AD carry isn't good, and he's not able to get out of lane to get vision. He's not able to take away vision. So we'll see how Lebrov does. Limit still under contract. Last year, Limit hit, at 25 years old had a 1.8 KDA, 69.4 KP, 2.77 vision score per minute. Would clear over 1 ward every 3 minutes. Played 12 champions in 18 games. Leona, Nautilus, and Karma were his most played. I honestly thought Limit. So the reason why Limit ended up playing was because they decided, okay, we're sending you back down to the French League. Our best bet to make any money this year and have any sort of fan base is by making sure our French team does well, because the LEC team ain't it. So they bring in Limit, who played with them in spring and just struggled in summer. Erdat at 23 years old, when he was playing with the big club, I felt like the bot lane actually had some agency. Even alongside Xmatty, there were quite a few games where I think they had 2v2 kills, forcing the opposition out of lane. Very aggressive. I thought that it actually was rather entertaining, given that BDS, really, really struggled for most of the year. 2.9 KDA, 82.2 KP. So over 4 out of every 5 kills, Erdate was involved. 2.48 vision score per minute. Nearly cleared 1 ward every other minute. 9 champions in 11 games. Karma being most played. I think Karma was the only champion he played more than once. So a wide champion pool. Did well in the LEC. I really don't know why he was sent down. I mean, well, I do know why. I understand. They bring in Lebrov because he's played alongside Crowny. But I do think that Erdate is a good support. And frankly, is better than some other supports out there, and is in contract prison. I really think that he's a good player. So, looking at this team, development is the thing here, right? Can these players get better? We'll see. Can Adam be a team player? Can Sheo take the next step? Can Nuke take the next step? Can Crowny and Lebrov bring back some magic they may have had in the past? It remains to be seen. BDS are in that group of teams that are trying to at least get to the second stage of the winter split. So we'll see what happens. Comment down below, like the video if you like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content, follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube member, and thank you for watching.